Rocky is an enthusiastic, scruffy dog that loves to play, run, bark and cuddle.
Our cat, Brexit, is the best because she has the life that everyone would want. She eats, she sleeps and she purrs.
The name of my dog is Teun and he's a great member of my family because he's the clown. Every day I walk with him or play with him, he gives me a laugh.
So I have two lovely golden retrievers named Ipo and Nugget. And why do I love my dogs? It's simple to answer. No matter how the day is, when I come back home, even after a bad day, they look at me, they smile at me and life is perfect again.
So there is lots of evidence that animals can have an extremely positive impact on older people and people in general. But in elder care homes, I found that animals come in different shapes and sizes. So there can be dog therapists with dogs. There can also be animal-shaped robots. They can even be plush toys. And it's very interesting to see how these different kinds of animals join older people and also their carers in shaping what care is in daily practices. So what I'm interested in, or what I'm looking at, is how animals can actually make a life worth living for people, and especially for older people. And animals can influence people in many different ways. They can, for example, help them in companionship. So not only older people form a relationship with the animal, but also with other people through the animal. And animals can also make people chatty and they are fun, and sometimes they can make them feel less alone and less lonely, even when there are many other people around. And they actually can give people a sense of purpose, because people can also take care of the animals. And this sense of purpose is actually something that's really important, especially in old age. Animals can definitely help older people, or people in general actually, calm down, or they can help them with their anxieties or nervousness and so on. And I've heard even about this example of a therapist, or an artist actually, who dressed up as a cat to work with people with dementia. And when one of the gentlemen who had dementia became really, really agitated, she started to play with him as a cat, and he completely calmed down immediately. It was a very fascinating event. And I also could observe or hear similar stories with people with plush toys. For example, there was a lady who first came into an old age home, and she was very unhappy to be there, so she was super restless. So she went to the toilet again and again and again. And the care staff was actually thinking of giving her medications for restlessness. But then somehow this cat appeared, and the lady told me that the cat looked very lonely, and so she started to take care of the cat, and the cat wasn't lonely anymore. But also her restlessness calmed down and she didn't need medications. I mean, what I also find interesting is that, you know, for some people it doesn't matter, right? For some people it does. Like, they really want to have this live animal, and they're like, oh, this like robot thing is really like not for me. But there are some people who get really attached to the robot animal, or the plush toy, and they actually don't want to have a live animal. Like, I saw a lady who was like, no, like, get this rabbit away from me. And then she got her plush cat and she held it like this and she was fine. So it's interesting to see how different people need different things or benefit from different things. What sparks my interest in this research in particular is actually my mother, who enjoys animals immensely, and she lives by herself, and I can see how important her animals are, and this can be either cats and dogs but also wild animals like the birds. So that's a huge inspiration for me and for my research.